Without prior warning, without any agreements, the night sky over the Middle East was suddenly shaken by the echo of explosions on Saturday, June 14th. Missiles swiftly launched from western Iran. Their speed was incredible. Even Israel's defense system, previously considered reliable and capable of intercepting 90% of missiles, could not stop them. In an instant, a bright point lit up the sky and destroyed its target. On the other hand, Israel's most advanced fighter jet, the F-35 Adir, fell helplessly, jammed, tracked, and ultimately shot down by a system crafted by Iranian hands. This time, Iran didn't just respond to an attack. It shook and shattered the perception of Israel as an untouchable force. Even more alarming than the fall of the F-35 is the fact that Israel appears unable to counter the threat posed by small drones. They arrive silently, undetectable by radars, and merciless. These are not fighter jets or ballistic missiles, but Shahed and Arash, Iranian kamikaze drones that were previously underestimated, but have now become weapons capable of dismantling Israel's defense system. In the True Promise 3 operation, these drones were deployed massively and simultaneously. The Shahed, small and cheap, yet lethally precise. The Arash 2, larger, more powerful, with a range of up to 2,000 kilometers and immense explosive power. They target seemingly less protected sites, such as radar systems, communication relays, command vehicles, and logistical hubs. Though these targets may not be heavily guarded, their destruction leads to serious consequences. Even the Iron Dome, which had been a cornerstone of Israel's defense, proved unable to cope with these threats. Its defense system was forced to fire at small but relentless targets, creating immense psychological pressure that lasted for hours without respite. What makes these attacks even more dangerous is the drone's ability to be remotely controlled, redirected in mid-flight, and even equipped with basic artificial intelligence to enhance their effectiveness. Among Iran's arsenal, one weapon has become a nightmare for the skies: the Khabar-Sheikhan, a next-generation medium-range ballistic missile first unveiled in 2022. It was designed not just to strike, but to penetrate Israel's air defenses, previously considered robust, such as the Arrow 3 and David's Sling systems. With a range of 1,450 kilometers and a speed of Mach 5, this missile flies faster than any system can react. But the Khabar-Sheikhan is not only fast, it's also smart. During the True Promise 3 operation, it reportedly destroyed several key targets in Israel. For instance, in January 2024, a Khabar was used to strike the Mossad headquarters in Erbil, causing significant damage. In April 2024, it was likely launched against the Nebatim and Ramon air bases. In True Promise 3, the Khabar destroyed strategic air defense facilities in Israel. A flash of light accompanied by a powerful explosion left Israel's defense system watching helplessly. The Khabar-Sheikhan proved one thing: Iran's technologies are not only battle-ready, but capable of piercing the heart of an enemy's defenses. Before delving into a more detailed discussion of the weaponry used, let's first consider the key facts of this operation that shocked the world. True Promise 3 was not a mere attack. It was a meticulously planned military operation executed with high precision and consisting of 3 simultaneous waves of attacks. The main targets were 3 key Israeli bases: Command and Control, Kiryat in Tel Aviv, and even Israel's military industry and drone development facilities were not spared. The result was powerful explosions, shock, and panic among the population, along with a clear signal that Israel is no longer at the peak of invincibility. Most astonishing was that much of the weaponry used in this operation was Iranian-made. Weapons once deemed insignificant, even mocked, have now become a very real threat. Among the missiles racing toward Israel, one struck its target with incredible speed, outpacing all others. In seconds, the sky was torn apart, and the ground trembled. That was the moment when the Fatah 1, Iran's first hypersonic missile, launched from the desert and hit its target with unimaginable speed. Unveiled in 2023, the Fatah immediately drew global attention for its terrifying capabilities. Its range reaches 1,400 kilometers. Its speed exceeds Mach 13, and it carries a warhead weighing between 1,500 kilograms and a ton. But the most frightening aspect is that the Fatah was designed for one purpose: to penetrate even Israel's most advanced air defense systems. The Fata can bypass not only the Iron Dome, but also David's Sling and Arrow 3 undetected. During an attack in October 2024, this missile captured global attention. But in True Promise 3, Iran reportedly used a more advanced version, faster, more accurate, and far harder to track. A single Fatah is believed to have struck a critical target in southern Israel, causing a massive explosion and completely disabling a local radar system. The world witnessed the first use of a hypersonic missile in direct conflict with Israel, and remarkably, this missile was made in Iran, not Russia or China. However, the Fatah is not the only threat. It is followed by next-generation missiles and kamikaze drones that also made Israel's skies unsafe. If the K-bar and Fatah represent speed, the Imad represents precision. Introduced as a modified version of the Sham missile, the Imad is Iran's first medium-range ballistic missile equipped with a high-precision guidance system. With a range of 1,700 kilometers, the Imad doesn't just hit its target, it strikes with an accuracy of just 50 meters. During True Promise 3, this missile was likely used to target strategic Israeli facilities, such as defense factories and hidden munitions depots. Amid the onslaught of increasingly advanced technologies, there's one older name that remains in service and retains its lethality: the Ghadr. This medium-range ballistic missile, in use since 2003, belongs to Iran's first generation of weaponry, but its 1,950-kilometer range is sufficient to strike nearly all of Israel and even U.S. bases in the Middle East. Make no mistake, the Ghadr is not outdated. On the contrary, it forms the foundation for many modern Iranian weapons, such as the Imad and Khaybar Shikan. In True Promise 3, the Ghadr was used to strike second-tier military targets, such as logistical depots, training centers, and emergency communication networks. While these targets were not the most critical, their destruction could paralyze the entire system. But Iran didn't just attack, it also demonstrated a defensive capability that stunned the world. Amid Israel's retaliatory strike, a moment occurred that challenged the narrative of Western technological superiority. Until now, the F-35 Adir was considered the region's most advanced aircraft, undetectable by radars and supposedly immune to missiles. Yet during True Promise 3, Iran claimed to have shot down one of these Israeli F-35s. The weapon used was not a modern missile system like the S-400, but the Pantsir S-1, a Russian short-range defense system integrated into Iran's air defense network. This claim, of course, sparked controversy, but footage circulating online shows debris identified as belonging to an F-35 Adir. If this is indeed an F-35, it would be the first instance of Israel's most expensive stealth aircraft being shot down by an air defense system considered cheap and of Eastern origin.